NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. Who knows what we're in store for here, and it's all up next.
We welcome you to Patriot Place and a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Foxborough. To return is Jermichael Hastings. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down. I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On second down, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Third down and 9. On play action, here's May.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, Bryce Beringer out to punt for New England. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's Madison. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up around the 35.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll stick with Madison. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Minshew to the air on second down. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep for New England, Demario Douglas. Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll run here with Gibson. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From out of the gun, here's May. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt first time they had it, but they'll try again in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He'll run again. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Man in motion here is Tucker. Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So, a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Third and long. Back is Minshew. Here's a screen set up for Abdullah. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Here's A.J. Cole now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this is as good as you can possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. 1st and 10. First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he'll get this one up to the 19-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
To throw on first down is May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. A carry now for Gibson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's May to throw it on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Patriots first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
On first down, they'll stay with Stevenson on the ground. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Divine Diablo there to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Stevenson. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. He'll try to run for it. And May will not risk it. Into the slot. And he's got the first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now, May. He's found his receiver, Butte.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. May gonna look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Hendrick Bourne. Touchdown, New England.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Throwing is Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second. And now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a 3-and-out.
Now Madison. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the Raiders. The Patriots offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. He'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. Strong. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw now, May. He's got Douglas going deep, and that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe. Third and long. To throw again is May. He'll try and get there on the ground. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for New England. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We just watched a fine first half out of this quarterback. That's Drake May. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Abdullah now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Minshew from the gun on third down, and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Raiders send their punt team out as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Patriots offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on second down, May. Open man to Mario Douglas. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On the carry, it's Stevenson. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Divine Diablo there to make the play. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Here's May. They'll look to set up the screen here. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the tight end Henry in motion. On third down, here's a run by Stevenson. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is May. He runs with it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now Gibson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Working out of the gun. It's May. That's complete. It's Jalen Polk. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's Gibson. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On the ground, Gibson. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Off the bootleg, here's May. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. Third and goal. He'll drop to throw. He will fight his way to the end zone. Drake May. Touchdown, Patriots. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Sly now for the point after. He's got it, and the Patriots move out on top, 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Abdullah now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He's going to run it.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On the give, this is Madison. And I don't know, I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go. It's Madison.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is May. Has completed to Douglas. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Here's a run. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And this time he's in. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, New England. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Pats will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. scoring the touchdown. Here's Slide to kick it away. Abdullah now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion is Myers. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. Second and 7. From the gun, here's Minshew. That's a short one, caught by Bowers.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, Vegas.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
2nd and a yard. To the air once more is Minshew. That'll be taken in. It's Alexander Madison.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And he'll be taken down.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Now Minshew. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kyle Duggar.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Patriots offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's a give to Stevenson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. We'll go right back to Stevenson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. On the give, this is Stevenson. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll go again here with Stevenson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Patriots ready for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So it's a win for the Patriots. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and they're going to send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners at home, as we say so long from Foxborough.
Table 4 was placed in